I'm Sam. Today I'm going to be talking about some stuff. It's going to be educational. That's going to happen because I can do educational. I don't care what you say, Mom. I can be smart. Okay, it's going to be a little different today, guys. For school, I have to do a project about Leonel Moura. He's a new media artist who works with 3D printers, algorithms, that kind of thing. Did a video presentation. So this is it. It's probably badly edited. It's gonna have good content, and I'm gonna be probably a little sassy because it's 9 a.m. and I'm not feeling it. Sorry, Alex. My research is based off of our textbook, which I will have right here, as well as research that I've done, which will be at the end in a MLA-style bibliography. Leonel Moura, a new media artist that specializes in using algorithms or computer code to transform spheres and turn them into 3D printed objects. So I'm here to talk to you about the innovation and technology of that. So artists have always used machines, whether it's to be a stone to carve out thought, a paintbrush to show the world the night sky, computer code to create interactive works, or computer-aided design software and a 3D printer. These machines have all been innovated for their time before the paintbrush. Fingers and leaves were used. Before computer code, simple relays were used, and before the 3D printer, it was a lot harder to make simple or complex objects out of plastic-like materials. So first, I'm going to give you a brief rundown of the history of 3D printing. It's not that brief, and it makes up most of my presentation because it's important. It started in 1860 with a method of photo sculpture that was by Francois Wilhelm, photo right here, which captures an object in 3 dimensions using a camera. So, set up cameras, took a picture of something, it was 3 dimensions. Basically, first documented use of 3D objects and creating them. Forward about 100 years to 1981. Hideo Kodamo, here again, of Nagoya Municipal Industrial Research published a paper discussing a functional rapid prototyping system. So basically it would create a solid printed model which would be built up with layers, each of which was a slice of the model. 3D printer. Sounds familiar, right? 3D printer. Okay, so then 3 years later in 1984, the father of 3D printing, Charles Hull, here again, broke new ground when he invented stereolithography. Something like that. It's a word. I'll put it right here. This lets designers create 3D models which can be used to create a tangible object. Like this. This is an SLA machine. So basically, stereolithography works by blasting a big container of liquid photopolymer with a UV laser beam, and the parts that are exposed to the light turn into a solid object. That's being modeled from your design. This is, and I think is still amazing, to be able to blast light at something and make it solid. Who doesn't want that? Shh, I want that. 1992 then, 3D Systems, the company that was founded by Charles Hull, built the world's first stereolithographic apparatus machine, right here, which made it possible to create complex parts faster than normal. So now this technology was young. It was in its adolescence, it was growing, it was pimply, it was gangly, all that fun stuff that's puberty. And it wasn't perfect, but the potential was amazing, and even today the industry continues to grow rapidly fast. It's intense, it's amazing, I love it. So from 1999 to 2010, it was the adolescence of the 3D printer. So starting in 1999, the first 3D printed organ was implanted. 1999, that's intense. So scientists at Wakeford Institute for Regenerative Medicine, they printed a synthetic scaffold of a human bladder. So they then coated that with human cells, and so this tissue was then implanted into the patient, and it had almost 0 chance of being denied because it was the human's own cells. It's the patient's own cell. It was a human, same thing. Close enough, you know what I mean. Moving on to 2005, 3D printing met the open source movement. So Dr. Aidan Bauer's RepRap project launched an open source initiative to create a 3D printer that could build itself, or at least print most of its parts. Its 2008 release, Darwin, is a self-replicating printer that's able to do just that. Suddenly, people everywhere had the power to create whatever stuff they could dream of. Mid to late 2000s, mass customization and the idea of make it home make it at home has captured the imagination of millions around the world. A major push for the industry was startup Object, which built a machine that could print in multiple materials, which allowed a single part to be fabricated in different versions with different materials. End of the decade, websites and platforms launched for collaboration creation services such as Shapeways, 3D printing marketplace where designers can get feedback from consumers, and as a plus, MakerBot, one of the largest 3D printing companies around. We have a few of their printers at school. They're pretty cool, fun to use, you know. You can print stuff, print shit, you know. Came around with their open source kit for makers. Isn't it new media? You know. To build their own 3D printers. So basically, MakerBot created a kit that allowed anyone to make a 3D printer so that they can make their own stuff. It was pretty cool. Here's a picture of it. Okay. The barriers are just falling down around us. But I'm in an open concept room. There are no barriers, because we're thinking outside the box here today, Sam. No, we're not. We're doing a presentation. Okay, so now from 2011 to the present day, I'm standing here in my room, apartment, whatever it is, looking back over the past years, and I'm reminded of my painfully gangly past. But also I'm reminded of the innovation that's happened, because honestly it feels like we're living in the future, which we're not, because we're always in the present. Isn't that deep? Okay. But seriously, the price of 3D printers has fallen rapidly, and the accuracy of 3D printing has improved. Innovators are pushing the envelope in ways that Charles Hull could only dream of. Designers are now printing, no longer limited to printing with plastic. They can print with gold, they can print with fibers, they can do almost anything. So, did you know you can print an engagement ring now in silver and gold? You can do a custom designed engagement ring. I think that's phenomenal. Imagine the things you could do with that. Just imagine the possibilities. I'm thinking like a little wearable ring that, like, when you tap to your phone you can send like a little message to your loved one. It's cute. I don't know. I'm a sap for romance. Engineers at the University of Southampton have flown the first 3D printed unmanned aircraft, and Core Ecologic, a car company, prototyped Irby, a car with a 3D printed body that's built to get 200 miles per gallon on the freeway. Pretty decent. So much has happened with 3D printing, it's insane, and most likely this is slightly out of date by the time you watch it, because the industry is changing that fast. But that's not it. The other part of this video is going to briefly discuss algorithms and software Leonel Moura may use. First, we're going to talk about processing. It's a Java-based graphical design software in computer language that's designed by Casey Reyes and Ben Fry. They both came out of the MIT Institute of Media. Casey Reyes now works at UCLA. Ben Fry runs Fathom, a computer design and consulting firm. So basically, processing allows anyone to learn how to program and create art. It's really simple, it's nice. We learn it in first year at Ryerson. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so here I designed a sphere using coding, and is being shaped by algorithms. This is as complex as it will go, as I do not have the technical knowledge to create something as complex as Leonel Moura. It's tricky. It's tricky and complex, and I'm not completely sure how to do it. I tried. This is the best I got. It's kind of cool what I could do. I was pretty happy with it. Leonel's process, when he is ready, he just sends it to the printer. When it feels right, when the algorithms have run enough, it gets sent to the printer and printed.